Hey, this is Kathy Orman, health coach. Thanks for joining me for another version of Nutritional Nuggets. This is Motivational Monday, and today I'm going to be talking about Matcha Tea, M-A-T-C-H-A tea. And the topic today is inspired by the weather. It's spring in Calgary, and it's kind of cool and kind of snowy, and tea is a good thing. I like tea all year long, but you know, when it gets kind of cool outside, I like a nice warm cup of tea. So I've been investigating matcha tea because I've been wondering if matcha tea is actually something really healthy, or if it's actually just another fad, another health food kind of fad. And to be perfectly honest, I have never had matcha tea, but I'm interested in trying matcha tea just to see what it's all about, how it makes me feel, if it's a healthy kind of thing for me. And so I thought I would tell you a little bit about what I've discovered from researching matcha tea. So matcha tea, it literally means powdered tea. So matcha tea is a different type of green tea that is grown differently, and it's grown in shade, mostly to help it to produce more chlorophyll and more amino acids and make it healthier. And it's also covered in shade, especially towards the end of the growing, so that it will have a better texture and a better flavor. And then once it's grown to perfection, it's harvested by hand. All the leaves are harvested by hand, and it's definitely something that's carefully harvested and carefully handled. So once they harvest it, they steam it for a little bit, and then they dry it, and they store it in a cool place, and then they will powder it all up, and it'll be a fine powder, a bright green fine powdered tea. So what you're getting when you have matcha tea is you're actually consuming the whole tea leaf. It's not like a green tea or a black tea where the leaves are brewed and you're consuming the liquid from the brewed tea. With matcha tea, you're actually consuming the whole leaf, because the whole leaf has been powdered, and you take that powdered leaf, you mix it with a bamboo whisk in boiling water, and drink it that way. And apparently, from what I understand, the flavor is quite strong. It's somewhat like spinach or maybe like a grass flavor. So some people like it, some people don't. What you want to be careful of is that you don't want to have to add too much sugar to it to make it drinkable. If it's something you don't like, that's just the way it goes. But some people do add a little bit of sugar. But if you really add a lot of sugar and a lot of junk to it to make it flavorful, probably you're going to lose a lot of the nutritional value. So speaking of nutritional value, I was really wondering, what is the nutritional value of matcha tea? Does it really have any nutritional value, or is it just all hype? So from what I have found, there is a lot of nutritional value. One thing that has been surprising to me, though, is that it contains a lot of caffeine. So the caffeine in matcha tea, 1 cup of matcha tea, is about equal to the caffeine in 1 cup of coffee. Now, because of the other nutritional value in matcha tea, the caffeine is actually sort of changed. The caffeine does not have the same effect as it does in a cup of coffee. Now, in matcha tea, there's something called amino acids. The one amino acid is called Ltheanine. L-theanine. And the L-theanine amino acid helps to make the caffeine a little bit less. And people who drink matcha tea have said that the matcha tea effect is not like a jittery coffee buzz from the caffeine. It's more like a calm awareness. So it's got a different effect. And that's apparently what the L-theanine does. L-theanine does a lot of other things, and I'll get into that in just a moment. So matcha tea has long been associated with Japanese tea ceremonies and the whole Zen kind of concept and meditation, because it's a calming sort of thing. So recently, apparently modern day chefs have recently caught on to this matcha as almost a cooking fat, I would say, and they've started to put it into all sorts of things in their restaurants and in their dishes. It's nowadays found in savory dishes, in sweet dishes, and even in baking, like muffins or whatever. You can probably find matcha tea, which is an interesting concept. Apparently, the heat itself, being at a high heat for a while, doesn't affect it. Of course, it's a tea, so that makes perfect sense. Nutrition, let's talk about the nutrition. So, matcha tea is really, really high in antioxidants. Now, antioxidants, as most of you probably already know, neutralize free radicals that are damaging to our cells. So, antioxidants help us to age less, because our cells are not damaged so much by the free radicals. It helps us to boost our immune system so that we're healthier. We don't get sick as often. We're able to fight off colds and that sort of thing better. It helps promote lower blood sugar, which is interesting. And not all antioxidants do that. But the combination of antioxidants in matcha tea apparently is quite interesting. It has something called EGCG. That's got a great big long name. I'll try and pronounce it here. Epigallocatechin galatate. It's capital E, capital G, capital C, small g. It is a particular type of antioxidant called a catechin. And this particular antioxidant has special properties where it helps to fight cancer. It helps to reduce the blood sugar level for people who are diabetic. And it also helps to burn calories and boost the metabolism. So it actually has a lot of really interesting properties to it. So if you know, the catechins and everything in this do all these things, it makes it pretty healthy. A lot of people are burning calories and helping their metabolism speed up a little bit so that they lose a bit of weight. That's the theory. So, so it's really interesting. It also has, matcha tea, also has fiber. It has chlorophyll. Now, chlorophyll is something that helps the body to detoxify in a natural way. And chlorophyll also helps the body maintain an alkaline balance. So that's also very important, because a lot of the food we eat and a lot of the beverages we drink these days are very, very acidic, and they cause our system to be very acidic. So chlorophyll helps to sort of reverse that, and it helps the body to be a little bit more alkaline, which is really good. Now, as far as vitamins goes, it has vitamins A, vitamin C, vitamin E. Those are all antioxidant type vitamins. It has vitamin K, and it also has B complex vitamins. So it has a lot of vitamin content in matcha tea. As far as minerals goes, there's selenium, there's zinc, there's magnesium, there's chromium, and there's a bit of iron as well. So it really does have a lot of nutritional value as far as vitamins and minerals goes. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about the amino acid Ltheanine. This apparently is an amino acid that helps concentration. It helps to calm the body, but it doesn't cause drowsiness. So it's something that helps improve mood, and it also helps concentration. So it seems to be an amino acid that's really, really helpful for the brain and brain function, and a calming effect on the body, which in our hustle bustle world, our very, very busy, go everywhere, do everything, multitasking world, that seems like it's a very good thing. So what else can I tell you about matcha tea? Matcha tea, one serving of matcha tea nutritionally is equal to about 10 cups of brewed green tea. And you might wonder, why is that? 1 cup of matcha tea, which is powdered, equals nutritionally 10 cups of green tea. We all know that green tea has antioxidants and it's healthy, but why such a big difference? Well, there's a very good reason for that. With green tea, it's tea leaves that are brewed, and you're not getting the whole tea leaf when you have green tea. The tea is brewed, you're drinking the water, the brewed water from the tea leaves, and the tea leaves get thrown away. So a lot of the nutritional value stays in the tea leaves that are thrown away in the end. When it comes to matcha tea, you're actually drinking and consuming the entire leaf. There's nothing thrown away. It's all in your body. So you're getting 100% of the nutritional value of the matcha tea leaf versus maybe, well, 10%, whatever it is, from green tea leaves. So that's why you're getting more value. Matcha tea has up to 137% more antioxidants than green tea leaves. And again, the same reason, because you're not consuming the whole leaf when you have a cup of green tea. Whereas when you have a cup of matcha tea, you are consuming the entire leaf. So there is one concern that I found in my research about matcha tea, and that is that matcha tea can contain lead, particularly if it's grown in China. So you might want to check out the sources of matcha tea before you buy, and make sure you buy a high quality matcha tea instead of a less expensive, cheaper quality. The higher the price, theoretically, the better the quality of the matcha tea. So with regard to this lead, when you're having green tea can also contain lead, but when you drink green tea, 90% of the lead stays in the leaf, and that's what ends up in the garbage later. You're just drinking the liquid from the tea. With matcha tea, once again, you're drinking the entire leaf. The whole leaf is going into your body because the whole leaf is ground up, and that's what you're consuming. So there is a whole lot more lead in green tea in matcha tea than there would be in green tea. Now, there have been studies have been done that show that some matcha teas have 30 times more lead than brewed green tea. So that's something to consider. You might want to just check your sources, find out where the tea's grown and how it's processed, and if it actually has been tested for lead, because it could be a concern. If you're not sure, probably a good recommendation would be to have no more than 1 cup of matcha tea per day. And definitely it's not for children if you feel that there may be some lead in there. So that would be very damaging to children. So I think that's actually all I have for you about matcha tea. I do not have a blog post on this, but I will be writing one because I'm interested in this. I've been a tea drinker forever, from way back. I did try and drink coffee, but certainly didn't agree with me. And tea really is something that I think is great all year long. You can have it hot in the winter, you can have it as iced tea in the summer, and you can make your own iced tea and just put very, very little sweetener in it, a little bit of stevia or a little bit of xylitol, and it will be very healthy. You can make herbal teas. There's just no end to the variety of tea that you can have, and it's very, very simple to do. So I'm a real tea fan. So I think that's about it. If you watch my Facebook page, I will post a link to the blog that I will write about matcha tea. And if you're interested in having a look at my blog, please feel free to do so, www.kathyormond.com. I have a whole bunch of recipes, and there's all sorts of blogs on health issues and different foods and how healthy they are and how they may help you with blood sugar, etc., etc. So I also have a membership site if you're interested in that. Sign up for that. It's free, and it's got different information than the regular public blog. So yeah, so that's all I have for you today. Happy Monday, and enjoy your tea. Thanks for watching. Bye.